having a good morning. Let me switch some screens around and make sure that everything is tucked neatly out of use. Speaking of neat, I did end up cleaning yesterday, so things are a little bit tidier behind me, and I have actually some art on display. I feel like it just fits the theme a little bit more for what we do here, and I know that the whales are going to continuously steal my camera focus, and I you know what? I'm okay with it. I've decided it's fine. Let me just change that. Let me go so you can't see what I'm doing anyway, but I need to fix a couple things because also the music might be just a teeny tad loud. That better? It's difficult to tell with music like this because it has louds and quiets depending on when the tune's going. Yeah, welcome on in everyone. You might have seen the Discord. We didn't get into Chroma Corps this year, but I'm planning on like crafting along with it. So the plan is starting tomorrow we'll be doing a lot of the daily prompts. I'm not going to commit to doing all of them because there's not really any reason to, and if there's one or two that I'm busy that day or there's other things that I want to do, those will take priority. But whenever we don't have something else to do, I'm planning on doing one. I think that's a good way of doing it, and I'm going to try and do the prompts that I wouldn't normally do just to try and push myself a little bit. Today though is just for fun. You can kind of see in the bottom screen I do have a little embroidery hoop to one side. I did post a design in the Discord. It's that same design, it's just a few of the cadets that we didn't get in, and we're all having a little fun time together. So I've got myself, sonnes and animes, and the plan is we're going to embroider those today. Just like a chill, nice, and I guess almost like wind up time leading up to the next month of prompts. It's kind of, for us, it will be very much similar to Inktober because we're not competing, because we're not in the top, I think it was 40 that were picked, in the top 40. We can kind of do what we want if we're not super on theme. I don't think it's a huge issue. If there's something that I want to do instead, I think that's okay. But the idea is that we'll be doing an embroidery every day. And there will be a theme. I will try and put whatever the theme is in the title in case anyone wants to join along. It's not my event, but like if anyone is seeing what I'm doing and wants to participate, there we go, you can have that. I'm trying to think if anything else has happened other than I cleaned. I did just spend most of the time cleaning. I put away my sewing machine because we're not using the sewing machine for this project or for the cosplay, and I just didn't want it sitting out gathering dust, so I put it away. Shifty, good morning, thank you for the horn, and Duck, good morning, I hope you're both doing well, welcome on in. Yeah, I put it away because I didn't want it to get dusty. I say put it away, I packed it back up in one of the boxes. And then, yeah, so over here I have more of my decorative stuff, which I think makes more sense for what we're doing with the embroideries, but also with the cosplay, because again, it's all hand stitched, so there's no reason for me to have that out, and it does take up a lot of space. So I've moved some stuff around. I've got my baskets are now, thanks camera, my baskets are now off the floor. I've got like this, actually, so it's when I turn away from the camera now, it wants to focus over here. When we were starting the renovations on this house, we actually found a huge canvas board inside one of the walls, and I'm not even joking. We took down a wall and there was a canvas board inside. So that's that canvas board. It's kind of scratched up, probably because it's been literally inside of a wall, but like, yeah, I'm using it for now for like mounting things on because it's canvas, so you can put pins in it, and that way I can just pop a bent pin in it, which I have many of, and hang my embroidery hoops over the top. What is that noise? Oh, that's outside the house, that's fine. Also, Scott, thank you for the X-Crash, good morning. That's because your house was made by an artist, clearly. There's been so many things we just found inside of the walls. It's really odd. I guess that's kind of what happens if someone's been living somewhere for a while, if it's had multiple owners, you will just find things. I think the massive pet enclosure for your garden was a big surprise, because those are quite expensive normally. And we have the whole thing inside the walls. A massive pet enclosure, like metal and everything. It's quite impressive. I think that might be, so we think the previous owners had chickens at some point. I think it might have been for them so that they could run around the garden but like not have to worry about any foxes or anything getting in. So it's pretty big, but yeah, we have given, I think, a lot of that away to, I think, someone who has a rabbit, maybe? I don't know, someone who has something that lives outside, or can go outside, because yeah, it's just basically like a set up your own cage. So yeah, that was in the walls. We had the canvas board in the walls. A lot of Christmas decorations were in the walls. We're not keeping those, they're a bit messy. But yeah, that one was a good find. It's not clean enough or like unscratched enough to use as an actual canvas board, but it's fantastic for mounting things on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna just mount things on it, and then when I do a piece of art, I can just mount it on there. I might actually get a really big one at some point, because I feel like it's not a bad idea for just mounting things in general. Since most of my embroidery hoops are a bit of a pain in the ass to hang up unless you have hooks in the wall, and I'm not putting hooks in this wall. We're here temporarily. It's been a year, but temporarily. So yes, I think it's a good middle ground for now, and it means that some stuff is behind me. Normally it's just mess, so I feel like that's better. And I got the flag there, which I like, but mostly it's actually the stuff that you can't see on this desk, which is really useful, because I have my sequins, like all of the rolls of it, I have them there. All of the packs of loose beads I have next to it. Under here now, I have packs of like the beads in pots, so like the repotted beads that I've done, which is really, really useful. I also have my snacks under there, so I'm not going to take that out right now, but I do have them there. The drawers are more organized because, again, like, there was a lot of just stuff I'd thrown in there. They're much, much better now, and a lot of stuff is in like these kind of things. It's all loose beads, but it's useful to have them inside of a pot instead of just in a drawer, because how are you meant to browse them when they're just in a drawer? So a lot of stuff gone into pots like that, and yeah, it's just made things a lot easier, and hopefully getting around the craft room for now will be a bit better. Eventually most of the stuff that I've put on the desk and in the drawers will actually be on shelves, but I don't have those right now, so for now we put them there. Was there anything else that I mean, that was actually quite a lot, to be honest. I was moving around a lot. I did do both sides of this desk, all of that desk. Yeah, everything really. And I put away all the stuff that was for Honkai that I hadn't finished yet. Which, speaking of, Honkai has an update which I need to play at some point. I'm very excited. And I think that's about it. Basically just putting away stuff that I didn't think I was going to be using, and trying to prevent things from getting dusty. And I think that about covers it. I do now have all of my currently cosplay thread on this side. So those are the threads I specifically purchased for the cosplay we're making. The light purples and dark purples. The only one that's different is the really big spools, because they don't fit. But all of the small ones are now over there. So if you see me reaching over there more often, it's because that's where those are being kept. Did I find anything interesting? Not really. I just found, unless you like beads, if you like beads and like random stuff, I found loads of interesting things, but I think if that's not your jam, probably not. And I don't think I did anything else too much yesterday. Again, I was waiting around a lot. I had some stuff I had to be available for, so I was like, streaming is probably not the best idea, so I was just waiting around being available, and everything's sorted, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh dear. Blue, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get in, but we did actually. We did get into the special mentions. Is that what it's called? So it's like again, this is a specific Discord server, not this one. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. What I will say, so the special, oh no, standouts, that's what it's called. The standouts were where they were picking the candidates from. I'm a little sad because they only put in one of my images, and it's the one that has none of my cadet info on it. Oh yeah, I guess that's how it goes. I'm gonna assume that one got picked because that was their favorite. I just wish it'd been one of the ones which had more of the information on it, because the others had 3 images. It looks like I only did 1 hoop. I did 4. I did 4, not 1. Unless they've changed it. I don't think they would have. There's not really any reason for them to change it. Yeah, it's okay. I'm still happy to have got there, to be fair. I'm a little sad as well that there was not a single traditional artist in the finals. I did watch the finals yesterday. Yeah, it's like they've got just the 1 hoop. And don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of that hoop, but I made 4. I made 4 hoops, and there is a sheet that had them on, but it's okay. I'll live. Actually, if I click this, does it show all of them? No, it just shows the 1. I kind of thought that's what it was. Yeah, I'm a little sad no traditional entries got in, but that's my preference. I like traditional art. I do traditional art. Of course I'm going to want traditional art to get in, and there were a lot less traditional entries than digital, so it does kind of make sense. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen 1, to be honest, but it's how it is. And you know what? I'm doing Washout Alley, so I'm going to be doing that start to finish. As much as I can, within reason, I will be doing that. Oh dear. Not long woken up. Honestly, me neither. I slept in a little bit this morning because I stayed up a little bit late. So also feeling sleepy vibes. I hope you get some good rest tonight at least. Oh dear. Good morning, Anime, look. Let me go into my top down. We're gonna be embroidering you, me, and Sonne in like a little hoop. I think that'll be fun. Hell yes, I got you down there, but I also technically have you up there and you biting Sonne's hand. I might have taken a few creative liberties and I've put you in there 3 times because we have you in 3 different places. But we do have the main one. We have the 2 little ones as well. That was my preference. I'm sorry, I wanted to have one biting Sonne's hand. Oh dear. Hell yeah. So that's our plan for today. We're going to be doing that. Starting tomorrow, I think that's when the prompts will start. So that's when we'll start following whatever they do-ish. Within what I want to do and also within the colours I've got, because if I'm not taking part properly, I'm not buying extra stuff. So within what we have, that's when that's what we'll do. And I might actually need to purchase something. If I'm doing like 30 plus embroideries, I don't have 30 plus hoops. I have one very, very big hoop. Which is not very useful, and I have like a lot of smaller hoops, but yeah, I might have to actually get some mount board or something to start attaching them to, because otherwise I'm just gonna have all of these hoops and then nowhere to embroider because I've used all of my hoops. Oh dear. Nervous, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We are doing some embroidery this morning. We're going to be doing a lot of embroidery actually coming up, but we're doing a little cute one that I wanted to do this morning, which is the 3 of the characters from this community. So it's Sonne, Anime, and me. So our 3 little characters. I assumed my character was probably the tallest, or at least the oldest, so I drew mine as the oldest. And then I think both Sonne and both Sonne and Anime are meant to be a little bit younger. Guess who hasn't slept? I hope you managed to get some Z's at some point. And good morning! And Cthulhu, good morning! I hope you are doing well. I am good. I'm tired. It's been a long 24 hours. But I think the week should be a little bit more relaxing after now. I think we're getting to a point where I'm like, yes! Relaxing time! It is the time for relaxation. So yes, that'd be nice. Popping in before bed? Hell yeah. I hope we get some good Z's when you do go to sleep. Alright, where is the needle that I'll want? Probably this one, right? What's the colour that it's got on there? That's a purplish grey that I don't think I'll need. I normally use this one for like mechanical parts, but I've hidden those. I'll leave that to the top. Oh, Emma, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I have maybe 2 hours of sleep in the last 4 days. Oh god, nervous. That is nerve-wracking. Go get some heckin' Z's. Go look after yourself. Sleep is important. I'm also sleepy too. How am I, Jellyless? I'm good. We're all a little sleepy here today. We're all a little like, oh man, I'm catching some Z's. Which colour should I start with? Technically, Sonne and Anime are in front of me, so I might start with... Let's start with Anime, because... Anime I think would technically be at the front. So I'm just gonna have your image up on the other screen to make sure that I'm not going way out there with the whatchamacallit. Actually wait, no, what am I talking about? I need to outline them first. Let's outline them first. Sleepy. Oh dear, I have tried, you know. I kind of assumed maybe you'd been attempting to sleep. There are some people out there though who are just like, you know what, sleep? Nah, not gonna do it. I'm busy. Goodbye. I worry about those people. Sleep stream. Oh dear. One day, so I think I've mentioned this before. Whenever my health is at a place where I can do it, I will one day do some sort of subathon style event where we do like a really, really long challenge, but that will probably be more a celebration of being physically able to do it. And right now there's no way. I'm still having migraines like every other day at least, and most of them, while not as bad as they used to be, I still wouldn't want to be like streaming with them. But if one day my health gets to a point where I can, I will. And then I will sleep. I cannot catch the Z's, they're too quick. No! Honestly, they're relatable. I've actually been sleeping a lot recently, but I've had very, very, I don't want to say disturbed sleep, because that's not quite the right way of putting it, but like I've been dreaming an awful lot. So like, every time where I go to sleep, it's not like they're bad dreams or anything like that. It's not like I'm like waking up hyperventilating or anything, but I've been having a lot of dreams. So like I wake up pretty much every hour or two. And there's no reason for me to be waking up. Like I don't feel upset or sad or anything like that, but I am waking up, which I think is why I'm feeling a bit more tired, because like, while technically when I look at the amount of hours I've slept, I think I should feel quite well rested, but I think because I've been waking up so frequently, I don't feel as well rested as maybe I should. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. If I had to guess, one day I'm gonna get one of those sleep monitors, because I think it'd be really exciting and interesting. Not today though, but one day I'll get it, so I can be like, what was I doing at night yesterday? I'd love to know. He's hogging the sleep. Mum says it's my turn with the Z's. Yeah! It's your turn to catch the Z's. I get the feeling the Jelly's a super violent sleeper. I'm not a violent sleeper, but I pretty much do everything you could imagine. I can sleep talk, sleep walk. I wake up an awful lot. So people already know that I have hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations, which is a sleep disorder or disordered sleeping. So technically, I'm really good at falling asleep. That's not the issue. Staying asleep, that's the problem. But we've always said, me and my family, like it'd be really funny to watch. I don't remember what they're called, but they're like the little monitors you wear while you sleep, and they tell you like how good your sleep is. So one day I think I'll ask for it for Christmas, where I'll be like, go on then. For Christmas I'd like a sleep monitor. Let's see what this body is doing once I fall asleep. Yeah. We were gonna do a sleep study, but then the COVID pandemic stuff hit, because that was around the time where I was having like a lot of investigation into it, and it was like, you can do it, but at this point, like, we don't know when we'll get you in, and you know, what would you like to focus on? And I was like, I'll focus on the migraines, thanks very much. So technically I was almost gonna have a sleep study just to see what's going on, because there's a fair chance that me having like very restless sleep doesn't help with having migraines at the very least. But yes, nah. Waiting list too long, and migraine priority. I fractured my sleep. My family calls it the cha-cha slide. See, I've not been told that I'm like a particularly violent sleeper. Like, I'm not like zooming around, but I do just stand up. A few people have reported that I've been making like, it's never quite talking. I don't talk to people in my sleep, but I'll look you in the face while asleep and be like, So it's not sleep, it's not quite talking, but I'll get up and I'll make noises at you, which arguably I think is kind of scary. Like, when people have told me, like, did you sleep well? Like, you got up in the night and started going at me. There, I remember a time like you know, staying in hotel with your parents and stuff when you were a kid, and my parents being really annoyed because they thought I was doing it on purpose, because I got up in the middle of the night and I started going down. Like literally just like that, over and over again in the hotel room. They couldn't wake me up. So yeah, it's been a long running thing of that. I don't have like, I don't know if I'd say violent sleep, but like I do have quite energetic sleep. Oh dear, if I'm gonna have my shoes basically tied around me. Yeah, see, I don't roll around. I get up with purpose and like go places. You like a corpse? I wish. Oh dear, but I'll be honest, it's not normally that bad for me. Like, my nighttime routine doesn't really upset me. It's just a problem for other people. Because I'm making noise and stuff like that. So like, if I don't sleep in the same room as someone else, I'm sure I'm still doing it, but like I would never know. So it's only like from experiences of sleeping around other people, like sleepovers as a kid, you know, staying in the hotel rooms together and stuff like that. It's the only time I've ever really heard of it, like, because, you know, all with partners, because it's like, otherwise I just wouldn't know. It doesn't bother me. Oh dear. Yeah, that's me apparently at night. Like, I don't I don't do anything that upsets or disturbs me, but it's probably quite annoying for other people. Yeah, not upsetting is probably the wrong way of putting it. Annoying would be a good way of putting it, I think. I just make loud, annoying noises. Oh dear. I don't know what the type is, but you've seen the type. Thank you. Oh dear. But yeah, no, I am really good at getting to sleep though. I've always said, like, if I could put falling asleep on my CV, I would. Because I am super good at falling asleep. I've never really had issues with, the only times where I ever struggle with falling asleep is very specific situations where I'm stressed about something. Like say if I have like an exam the next day or like a deadline or something. Outside of those scenarios, I've never had any problems falling asleep. It's just staying asleep is the problem, but falling asleep I'm very good at. And again, I would put it on my CV if it was allowed. It's your JoJo face. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, before... no, it might not have been before... No, it might have been before JoJo came out, at least as an anime. Like, we're talking, like, one of the first times I remember my family mentioning it. I was pretty young. Oh, dear. Start the new 2-bedroom thing with your SO as soon as you can. I have a few friends do that. Oh, we've been doing that for, like, years. But mainly because, you know, I wake up in the night with migraines. Like, if you only have a migraine every now and again, it probably isn't that much of a problem, but like I wake up most days with a migraine at some point, and so if I wake up with a migraine, feeling sick, not being able to get back to sleep, in pain, rolling over every few seconds, no one can sleep next to me. So like when we shared a bed, I would just keep them awake all the time, because I was fine until I got migraine, and then it was like, well... So yeah, no, we've been doing that for years, and it works well for us because it means that if I'm having a rough night, he doesn't suffer it, so that he can then look after me in the morning. Works out well. Because if I make him too tired and like by waking him up constantly, he can't help me as much the next day, and I do require assistance. It's a sleep talker and a snorer. He'll fall and yell in his sleep and occasionally start himself awake. See, I don't know if I've ever done that or not. Because I don't know if I'm yelling in my sleep unless someone else tells me, and normally then they wake me up, and it's not normally yelling. Again, it's normally like stupid noise. Smart, thank you. Had a friend growing up that would have conversations with you in sleep. Yeah, I remember, so some friends of mine have mentioned, like, again, because it's come up, because I obviously do that, some people have mentioned to me, yeah, I've had like full-on conversations with people, and then we've talked about the next day, and I'd assume they've been awake. But then it turns out they've been asleep and they don't remember any of it. So, but not me. You can't have a conversation with me when I'm asleep because I'm just making like zombie noises most of the time. Oh dear. We'll have separate hotel rooms of accommodation, so we will fight each other to death for like 2 days. Yeah. It's difficult. There are just some times where you just have to be like, listen, sharing a roommate for me. As much as I like the idea, it's nah. We don't share a bed either. I have sleep apnea. God, help. And he's a light sleeper, so his best bros upstairs have separate rooms. Or some are very messy bean, and he's super neat. Yeah, this is the thing, honestly. Like, if you can make it, like, if you can afford to rent somewhere with an extra bedroom, like, for me, that's all I need is just, like, a place to put, like, an extra bed. Because it won't be my main bedroom, but, like, a small office-style room's perfect, where I can just have, like, a quick bed in there, and it's good. And, like, that works well. I'm hoping that long-term it's not a thing we need to do, but at least for now, it's like, wow. Means we both get a good night's sleep, or if I'm not getting a good night's sleep, it doesn't affect anyone else, you know? Making lemonade, if they're gonna be talking, keep you up, might as well. Sleep apnea. It's still very early here, I'm doing my best, words are hard. But yeah, it's yeah, again, I wouldn't necessarily say a disturbed sleeper because I don't think that sounds quite right. Because again, I don't feel like I'm that bad. It's just bad for everyone else. Oh dear. But yeah, I was gonna have a sleep study done, but then you know, COVID hit, wait lists got much longer, and we decided to really like, if I could only do one, the migraines were a lot more important. But I would be interested at some point in doing something similar in the future, just even if it's just for like to satiate my curiosity, because if you're the one asleep, you really don't know. And I've heard all of these stories about me for so long now. Like, it would be kind of nice to have some, like, I don't know. I want to see it too. I want to see what everyone else is talking about, you know? Because, like, I don't see it. I just hear the stories afterwards where, like, everyone's like, yeah, you were doing this thing. And it's like, oh, was I? Crazy. We had to forgive Jelly her misspeaks. She was up all night randomly sitting up making zombie noises. Yeah, I've been really practicing for when I, you know, inevitably one day become a zombie. I am very ready. I've been practicing every night. There are times apparently where it sounds like I'm almost speaking, but it's just not quite. I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep, but like, yeah, some of the stuff is like when I'll go like kind of noises. So it sounds like I'm almost mouthing noises, but like just not quite getting to words. Yeah, there's been a few times where people have done that. Sometimes people can like try and put together words from what I'm saying, even though it's not like, you know, it's not exactly English. They try and work things out from it. But yeah, no, not as much success, to be honest. You don't have to conform to everyone else's idea of a relationship. Yeah, you know what? I think a good, healthy relationship is when you both get a fair amount of sleep. Or as much sleep as you physically can get, depending on what's going on. I think that's a good thing. A relationship flourishes when you both feel well rested, and you know what? I feel well rested. Well, no, I don't. Not today, but normally I do. Today's a bad example, but normally I feel well rested. Ish. How good do you think sleep capsule business would do? Instead of rent, you go to an Asian hexagon capsule. The place is a pool, gym, and gaming rooms. I think it depends where it would be. If I had to guess, Emma, I think it depends where you put it. Because, like, for instance, I live pretty rurally. If you put that here, I don't think it would do all that well. But if you put it next to somewhere with, like, an events place, like maybe a stadium or a convention hall or something like that, I think it would do much better. So I guess my answer would be, I guess it would depend, I think, where you put it. Here, where I live, I don't think it would do very well, but maybe like London, Cardiff, Manchester, like the bigger cities where they do big events, it would probably do pretty well as a maybe slightly cheaper alternative. To turn the lights off, but also have a bedside table for a glass of water. No glasses of water, only bottles of water. That is a mistake we made a couple houses ago, is that I would have like a glass of water next to my bed, and I am not kidding you. When we left that house, there was water damage on the floor next to where I slept because I knocked my glass of water over so frequently in the night, so that the wooden floors had actual water damage. Like, we learned our lesson. I am not suitable for having a glass of water next to the bed. Either it has to be like the other side of the room, or it's a bottle of water, which I think tends to work better. A bottle of water kind of lady, not a glass of water. Glass of water, risky business here. Oh dear. Oh, it shows room for sleep water. Yeah, I do like having mid-sleep water though. I have a feeling it's just gonna be one of those days. Honestly, I had the same kind of feeling when I woke up this morning, and I don't know whether it's because it's a very overcast day and it's very cloudy, and so it's making me feel like that. But there's a part, like, you just sometimes wake up, I think, or you just are, and you're just like, it's one of those days, isn't it? But I'm also partially wondering if it's because of yesterday. Yesterday was definitely one of those days. I was very, very stressed out for like a fair amount of the day. And so maybe it's just the leftovers of that that's kind of, I'm feeling. I don't know, it's difficult to tell, innit? I feel like sometimes the body sends you messages and I have no idea. I'm trying to interpret them, but I have no idea what it wants or what it means. Oh dear. And I don't use a sippy cup. It actually was suggested at one point. I can't remember. It was one of... Because I'd mentioned, like, I was having some issues with, like, especially when I'm having migraines, that I'm clearly, like, knocking over my water. And one of the doctors mentioned, well, have you tried a sippy cup? And, like, I'm not lying, like, it's not a bad idea, but there's also, like, a part of me that's just like, I refuse to buy a sippy cup. Absolutely refuse. Like, would it help me? Maybe. Am I doing it? No. Absolutely not. I'll just drink from a bottle of water, thank you. Oh my god. My pride can't take it. I did eventually get my shirt back on. I may have traumatized my brother first. Oh no. Oh no. Nah, big fancy water jewels aren't expensive. Well, the thing is, like, I have one of those. I have a Twitch water bottle from Amsterdam last year where they gave us some free Twitch merch. So I actually have my Twitch water bottle I can use, and then I also have like the one that I had before that. So like I have options. The Twitch one's actually alright, to be honest. I don't dislike it. I mean, I like purple, so meh. No need for the indignity of a sippy cup. I would do it, but it's like, the thing is, I prefer a bottle of water for a few reasons. One, I can use it outside of just having it next to my bed. Like, I could actually take that out with me. And I'm like one of those people, I don't know if you've ever met these people. I am a kind of a nightmare, honestly. But when I'm out and about, when I get thirsty, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty right now, and I physically cannot continue until I drink something. But until that point, I don't feel it at all. And I've been like that since I was like actually a child, like a tiny child. And like Mama Jelly started to learn very quickly that she always had to have a spare drink in her pocket or her bag, because I would like just refuse to function. And weirdly, I'm still like that as an adult, where like I'll just be going about doing my daily thing, and then I'll suddenly be like struck with like, oh my god, I'm so thirsty, I'm going to perish, I must drink right now. I think a lot of it just comes to I get a bit too excited and I forget that I need to drink regularly. But and so it all kind of catches up with me at once. But I always have like a water bottle with me now just in case, because yes. It's not, it does get to a point where I'm like, I can't function, I must drink right now. Oh, heck. Sneakily sips out a sippy cup. Hell yeah! You drink from your sippy cup, you're good. I just prefer having something that's a bit more functional that I can use the rest of the day. And Schneeves, good morning! I guess water bottles are nice to me mostly because my cat! Oh, that's actually a very good point. Yeah, cats can jump up and steal the stuff. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Oh, what are you doing? Oi, 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 oi. Okay, fine. You wanna play that game? I'll cut you up and I'll tie you in a knot. And this is your own fault. You asked for this. There you go. Sorry, it's done like an awkward knot. One of the knots that I can't just undo. So I'm going to punish it by cutting it up and knotting it myself, as deserved. The cha-cha sliding, I have to have something I can't swim because I will karate kick it off the nightstand. Yeah, we don't even know a lot of the time how I was knocking it off because I was asleep. But like, I just clearly had some sort of reflex to push my water onto the floor in the middle of the night. So, yeah. I'm more with a joke about being a kid who needs like water snacks in hand, but based, we all should have water and snacks in hand. Honestly, yeah, like I was a very, very, very randomly thirsty and hungry kid, and like I also am the kind of person that, I will say I'm still the kind of person that if I'm hungry, I just stop functioning. Like I cannot function while hungry. The only times when maybe, there are times where like I will say things like, when I get to the end of so-and-so section, I'm gonna go make my lunch. And I do find that's a little motivating sometimes. And I also motivate myself with food when it comes to big projects. Like I'm like, if I finish this part of the project, I'll treat myself to a takeaway. But when it comes to like just feeling hungry, I can't function when I feel hungry. I have to go eat. Can't do it. Want a little snacky when I'm out, and I never have. Yeah! You need a snack. You need snacks. It's important because, you know, to be fair, if you're out and about and like shopping and doing stuff, you actually do burn a lot of calories because you're doing a hell of a lot of walking. I figured I was only kicking it out 5th or 6th night. I woke up with a sore foot. Aww. Oh no. Oh dear. The nightstand knows what it is. Hell yeah, you put that nightstand in its place. Okay, just have another look at anime's thing. I want to make sure that I obviously I'm doing like a bit of a simplified version of all of the characters just so I can get them all in the same hoop. So there's probably some bits I will miss and won't be quite as detailed as animes. I do recommend if you're interested. Anime and Sonne have both posted their designs in the Discord. So you can see animes in the art channel and you can see Sonne's in the live stream chat channel. So if you do want to see... Have I cut myself? Yeah. 2 secs, I've got a plaster on hand this time. So if you do want to see the originals, you can. They're in the Discord. Would recommend, because what I'm doing is very much a simplified version of their stuff. Same with mine, but I'm doing a simplified version of all of them because yes. There we go. Just it's probably not the best one for the end of the finger, but I don't know. I'll work with it. I should have had some stuff arriving yesterday that I was meant to like the little rubber finger thimbles. They were one of the ones that Sleeves actually put in the Discord, and I showed them to Shiny, and Shiny was like, right, we'll buy them, we're getting them. I was like, oh, okay. So we've got them coming on the way. They should have arrived yesterday, but they never did. It was a shame, because I was actually like, you know, again, waiting around a lot yesterday. I would have actually been able to answer the door for once. Plaster, I forgot. Oh yeah, sorry, a band-aid if you're across the pond, but over here they're just a plasters. A plasters. A plaster. Little plaster. There we go. I need to decide how I'm going to do the eye. I think probably like there. There we go. I can come back and do like a little knot in white there as well, but just for now I'll leave a little space. And while my mum phone always had snacks because we were ADHD doopuses, yeah! I've got animal crackers, some mini chocolates, some sandwich crackers. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Dialects accents are cool. They are. It is always interesting. My co-workers at lunch wound up loving me because they'd complained they hadn't eaten and just pop out from the room that kept the bags. Hell yeah. Oh my god, they're always the best co-workers. The ones who bring snacks, 10 out of 10 on co-worker scale. Love that. We had a couple of bakers at the last place I worked even, and although I did basically live there, but that I worked, and oh my god, so good. Oh my god, Tails, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Did it late again. You're so oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Tails. Honestly, I appreciated it. I appreciate it. I kind of needed that this morning. Thank you. I was having a bit of a hard on myself night. Thank you so much. That's very heckin' kind of you. I hope you get some good sleep also. If you haven't met Tails before, by the way, they are very, very talented. I don't know if you'd say body artist or makeup artist. They do a lot of very, very interesting, unusual, and complicated body paints. Just generally a very talented artist. Hell yeah. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, please do get some sleep. Especially, yeah, it would be very late for you right now. Please do be getting some sleeps. That's not like plaster in Dutch. Ooh! Hell yeah! I stress bake when I'm having anxiety, so I start looking like, oh yeah, who wants snickerdoodles? I would have loved that. I would have loved that. That's right up my alley. There we go. So just get a couple of the skull details in. I'm not going to be able to go too heavy with the skull details. Again, if you want to see the original, Anime has posted in the Discord, but I can do like a little bit. It's just because, you know, in thread it's such a small scale. It doesn't allow sometimes for all the details you want to put in. You have to kind of pick and choose which details you use. There we go. I think that's a pretty good start. Look at our little friend down there. Look at our little friend. Hell yeah. Oh dear. He's small and cute. Yeah. He's tiny. He's so small. Oh dear. Hell yeah. Alright, we're gonna move across. Oh, I've sewn through my plaster. This is the problem with fabric plasters and stitching. Just go through them. I used to bring in 5 dozen chocolate chip cookies in December when I worked at the grocery store, and it was always funny to see Susan in the house come to break. I'm like, yeah, cookies! Honestly though, you do, like, retail is exhausting. Like, physically and mentally. So when people bring in, like, snacks, like, especially sweet snacks, oh my god, it does wonders for morale. Because it's got the sugar boost that you kind of need, I think, a lot of the time when you're doing those long shifts, especially like in the holiday season. But also it's just like, you know, it makes you happy as you eat it. Yes. Oh dear, I love that you're making a group photo of the community entries. Yeah! Well, I thought it'd be nice, because like we have an extra day before they properly start posting the prompts. And I was like, well, what would I like to do? It's like, I'd like to see a little bit more art, I think, of those of us who didn't get in. So I'm gonna do that, and you know, just from this community at least. Although I did see that Beauty and the Beats had, I only saw this afterwards, but I did see they entered. I'm a little annoyed that they didn't get into standout because I feel like it was a very impressive piece, but I wonder if they kind of had the same issue as me, where it's like, it's very different, but it's not very well understood. You know? Oh. I love that. Oh, sorry. That was my thingy. Customers were always extra cranky around December. It's not the most fun time of working. Although for me, I always said this and I stand by it. Return season in January was so much worse. Like December was busy. Like you had a lot of people coming in December, so you were like busy all the time. But I can deal with busy. January, where people are trying to return things, and bear in mind I worked in lingerie. You know how many worn underwear I've seen? You know how many underwear that's had one night for Christmas and is tried to be returned, and then I have to try and explain to the lady that I can tell that she's worn it? You ever had to do that? Because I have many times. And so I always say that for me, in my experience with the places that I've worked, January was so much worse. I have seen so many unclean underwear. I have seen so many broken bits and bobs. I have seen many things that I would not want to see ever again from a random member of the public. And you genuinely get surprised that people feel like unashamed to bring it in. I've seen like full-on skid marks in underwear and people trying to bring it back. And it's like, what? Like, really? Like, really? You're not feeling a little bit ashamed? You don't think I'm gonna check it? Like when you try and tell me that there's something faulty about it, and then I look and you're like, actually no, it's fine. Yeah, no, funny enough, I am gonna look. Oh my god, people, please. Like, honestly, if you're gonna return it, at least wash it first. Jeez. Oh dear. Thankfully, they did eventually change the policy where I worked on like how underwear was handled, which was so good. I'm so glad. It took a few years, like I want to say 4 years before that policy changed, but they did eventually change it, and I do appreciate it because it was horrible. Oh dear. Unlike I work as barely 5 foot tall and maybe 90 pounds soaking wet with an adult man throwing it. The hell? People are like a little unhinged. Like, excuse me? What? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Oh my god. Unhinged. Oh dear. Not gonna lie, one of the reasons I love my job is because if I say something wrong because of dyslexia, people always say these stupid comments like, oh god, yeah. It makes me want to cry because I know I've worked here for 3 years and my brain's a problem. Yeah, there were a few reasons I chose to leave. One of them, and this was a really big one, and I don't know if I can actually talk about it actually. I don't know how much detail I can go into because it's bad. It was really bad. It was very much like being forced to help someone who didn't believe in your human rights and having to actually treat them better than other customers. It was awful. It was awful. And there were a few situations where stuff like that would happen and you would be forced to like just grin and bear it. But there were times where people would be exceptionally homophobic. We'll put it like that, homophobic and transphobic, making assumptions about who I am, because this is the thing. I've talked about it on Twitch that people have tried to do the whole, oh, you're clearly trans kind of card, but I've had it happen IRL as well. And people being like exceptionally homophobic and transphobic, and then you just have to smile and deal with it. And that was a big factor in me leaving the last place, because as much as I, like 99% of customers, lovely. And it was honestly a joy to be able to help them out and do what I can to assist. But there was that 1%, and the fact that the policies in the place that I worked didn't protect us, and if anything, made things 10 times worse for us. It was just becoming no longer a safe place for me to work, and so I left. Yeah. Although to be fair, my health was also absolutely deteriorating at that point. So it was like things lined up well, where it was like, well, I don't necessarily know if I want to work here anyway, and also I now am being declared unfit for work again, so I guess I'll just leave. Ah, dear. Like, I remember my brain not do that. A little unhinged, being generous there. I know, right? I worked at a Tina Lady call center. Okay, I opened a dealt with the post. I got a complaint letter from the lady that used Tina Lady for urine and her period. What? One of the regulars before he got banned was an old man who tried literally every single front worker got fired. Oh my god. Fired at least once. He came in twice a week as a rite of passage. He tried to get my work friend fired because she stopped the newspaper he buys one slot to the left where it normally was. Again, some people, it's not the majority of customers, but like some people are just unhinged. They're weird and they're not well adjusted to society, and they maybe are having some problems. Because it is not normal to act in that way in public. Like, I'll say it. I'll shame you if you are making retail life hard for people. Oh dear. Yeah, I had some people angry say ma'am to me, and I'm like, bruh, bruh. I'll talk about this one. I had a woman refuse for me to service them because I was a lesbian and she didn't want me looking at her child. So I had, I will say, a lady go to my manager and be like, that woman isn't serving me because I'm not having a lesbian like her helping my child. Absolutely not. And I was just there like... Bear in mind, I'm not lesbian. I've never claimed to be lesbian. I just had like a shaved head at the time, which also, by the way, was because my hair was coming out. But you know, sure, yeah, clearly, I got the vibes, obviously. But yeah, my manager completely shut her down, I will say. So basically saying, well, that is our fitter today. If you do not want to be fit, you can go somewhere else. I felt very smug after that. I will say I have had some pretty good managers. And so like, whenever a customer's gone to my manager with something like that, they're like, well, we're not serving you then. Suck it. But yeah, shaved head definitely equals lesbian. It's such a weird stereotype because like, especially, you have to bear in mind, I worked somewhere where we dealt with a lot of cancer patients. We did breast cancer fittings. Yes, we had regular fittings there as well, but we were known as a place you would be sent straight from hospital to go to. So a lot of people would go there for like professional assistance anyway. But yeah, we did cancer fittings. We did lots of cancer fittings. Post-cancer, pre-cancer. That's what we did. So coming at me for having a shaved head, it's like, I'm sorry, are we all lesbians? Maybe. But maybe it's just a lot of people here have cancer. I don't know. Also, Lewis, good morning. I hope you're doing well. My God. It was something. It was a something. But yeah, my manager very much was like, nah. We had other fitters that day, but yeah, it is the kind of vibe with if you screw over one of us, none of us will help you, because we don't have to help you. You can go somewhere else. People come to us because they know that we have proper like training with the NHS and stuff. You go somewhere else if you're going to be like that, though. I can see you giving off those vibes. But like, what vibes? Because like, yes, obviously you do have stereotypical people in the LGBT, but most of the time you can't tell just by looking at someone. Like, the idea that you can tell someone's sexuality by looking at them, like, there are times maybe you can, especially if you go to like a pride festival. But outside of that, when people are wearing work uniforms, shaved head doesn't mean anything. Like, it's stereotype. How are you? I'm good, thank you, Lewis. We're talking about like silly and weird retail stories right now. I hope you're doing well. And I'm doing an embroidery of a few of the people's OCs from this community, myself included. Ah, the filth. Absolute filth. Wait, what was the quote? If you don't have a piss fetish, I don't know why you're here. Strong starting words. Hell yeah. It's really funny when people would try and get my attention and yell my back was turned by yelling, sir. And goes, oh, sorry, ma'am. It's like, wrong one, both friends. Oh dear. If anyone... Okay, I didn't mind if people called me like ma'am or whatever like that, but girl, I won't respond to that. The amount of people that would come in and think, like legitimately think that me, a human being, will respond to girl. No, I'm not responding to that. You can click girl somewhere else. Oh dear. It's just rude, and there's no again, I just think it's people that are not well socially adjusted, because like in reality, if you do that to someone, you're asking for trouble. You're lucky I'm at work. You know what? I not normally, but maybe you can, and if you can, hell yeah, that's a cool place to work. Every gay guy I know has had an incredible gaydar. Yeah, I mean, some people can, I guess, tell, but again, I don't like the idea that you can just tell by looking at someone, and what I'm talking about, I guess, is somebody looking at me and assuming that I'm a lesbian. And I don't like that, because first of all, you're wrong a lot of the time, you know, and second, it can be quite offensive. You might not mean it to be offensive, but it also can be really dangerous. Like, say if I was like, I can tell that you're gay, and your family aren't pro-LGBT, that could put you in a lot of danger. So it's not just like the, oh yeah, you can always tell kind of vibe, which by the way, I hate. The amount of times people have come into my channel and been like, you're trans, we can always tell. Okay. But yeah, the we can always tell mentality, don't like it. I think that belongs in the past. Ah, dear. Girl, no. I mean, maybe if they click, no, actually, I think if they click womaned me, I still wouldn't go. It's either when I try to look masculine, people still call me ma'am. Like, I know I'm small, but men can also be short. Hell yeah, they can. Crazy that people come in different shapes and sizes. Whoa. Whoa. Their response to elderly people disrespecting asking if I was girl or boy, I was like, I'll get back to you on that. Most their head explode. I don't think, weirdly, and I think it's just to do with where I worked, the elderly were chill as hell. Like, you know, they normally had breast cancer like 30 years ago, they'd had it a while ago, they had old stuff, they just wanted some assistance. 99% of the time, the elderly people that I spoke to were so chill. It's the middle-aged ones. And some young people as well. Always really disappointed when it comes from someone near my own age. It's the younger people. The elderly, never had an issue with them. They were just happy to be there. But the young, they were normally the assholes, to be honest. Eden, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. You're not a lesbian? Can't be surprised. I thought Shiny is a woman. Nah, Shiny a bloke. Ah, dear. Also, I have the massive bisexual flag behind me. wait a sec. I mean, maybe you can't see the last. Wait, no, you can. Eden, what am I doing this for? If not to blatantly shout my sexuality from the rooftops. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. Oh. Transvestigators have a hit rate of like 1,000% somehow. Well, yeah, it's because it's the idea that women can't have naturally more masculine features and men can't have naturally more feminine features. Like, it does happen. Like, we know this. This is common fact. I don't understand how all of this happens because, like, it shouldn't come as a surprise at this point, I don't think. But yeah, it's the idea that women can't have masculine features and men can't have feminine features, wherein most people have a mixture of both. Like, regardless of your sexuality or gender, most people have slightly more masculine and slightly more feminine features. So it's about picking those specific ones and assuming your gender because of it. So for me, we had it a lot when I was slightly newer to streaming. We had a lot of people come in and like assume that I was trans and be transphobic because, again, they'd assume that I was trans. And it's like, no, you've just picked out the fact that I maybe don't dress up a lot for stream. And again, it can be as small as that, as like just not dressing up, and people will then make those kind of assumptions. I have like, I guess I have like kind of low brows. And so maybe that's why. I am a hairy lady, but you can't really tell that on stream. So I don't know. That's the only one I can assume is probably to do with my brows being a bit lower. I don't have a super strong jawline, so I don't think it's that. I assume it's the top half of my face. I don't know. Low brows is a masculine thing, technically, because men have a extra protruding bone here, which women don't have, which can make it appear like your brows are lower. For me, obviously, I'm a woman. I don't have that protruding brow thing, but my brows are low, so sometimes it can give the illusion of it. Science. Science. Oh god, what happened? Put me back. I was trying to read chat. Are you being sarcastic? I'm sorry. Oh dear. I don't understand why they try that. You'd think after the 5th or 6th that they'd give up. I know. You're totally asexual, we can tell. Oh yeah. I mean, they probably don't even realize that exists. Oh dear, the pink's not that visible. Yeah, that must be what it was. Wear those dress shoes with ridiculous hidden platforms. Oh, nice. Most of my quill are retired and they have been wonderfully open to me. A genderqueer tattooed foul mouse quilter turns out to be, they care more about the quilt than anything else. Yeah, see, this has been my experience with the elderly. You just don't care most of the time. Like, you do get the odd person, but like 99% of the time, they just don't care. They're retired, they're living their best life. It's the younger ones. You woman, that's new. I thought you were a jelly. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Ah, dear. You're human? You, shh, that's a secret. Don't tell anyone. They're just trying to upset you or see the LGBT tag. Well, I don't use the LGBT tag, specifically because most of the hate against me back in the day was trans hate. And because I myself am not trans and it was creating like a lot of hate around that, I removed the tag really quickly because I can say, you know, you're wrong, I'm not transgender like 1,000 times, but at the end of the day, if the thing, it doesn't matter if it's upsetting me, if the things people are coming in and are saying are upsetting the community, that's fine. That's enough for me to like get rid of it. I would like to have the LGBT tag on my streams, but from my experiences, at least from what's happened with me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me because, yeah, it ends up creating a lot of targeted hate towards transgender people. And while that doesn't affect me personally, I know that it could affect people in the community. And so I just don't do it. And it sucks that it's like that, but I would much rather not have the tag and not have those comments in my chat. Because again, they're not at me. I can take criticism at me, I can take people being rude to me, but I don't like seeing it happening towards members of the community. We're meant to be a chill, relaxing place. I don't want that vibe here, and I would rather just not have the tag, unfortunately. Think there are male and female bones? Yeah. I mean, there are differences, but just to be very clear, there's very little that, you know, surgery wouldn't fix or change, I guess. Like, if you wanted a stronger brow, you can just have like a Botox implant across there and it will make the same appearance, if that's what you want. Not everyone does. There are times where I'm like, that would be kind of fun, but I haven't. I would never bully you. Thanks, Grubbit. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Super hate raiders going after the tag. Yeah, it's like, the reason now is that I keep tags where I know, like when people see like I got invisible disability on there, my thought process here is that, well, if people target me for being disabled, I could just be like, well, that's targeted at me. And then I can do a rebuttal kind of thing, or I can just block them, which is what I normally do. But I could, in theory, rebuke that because I'm like, well, but I am. But when people come at me for being trans, I'm not trans. It's just creating hate in the community that it's like targeted at other people more than it's targeted at me. Basically, I want to be the target of hate. I don't want anyone else here to be the target of hate. Target me. I thrive on it. Brow bulge. The brow bulge. You know, that's it's top tier on my list of things I look for. Man or woman. Like, how much should their brow be bulging? Yeah, see when the skin is removed and you're looking at the bones, but not before. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's like you need to remove the skin. And like, maybe then you could say that, well, we can always tell, but only in that one situation where you've removed someone's skin. And I think at that point there are more pressing issues. Like, male skulls and female skulls are different because because they honestly think it's true when it's just your fat that makes your face different. Oh, is it? Nice. Oh dear. At the end of the day, again, I stand by. You could, like, I'm a cis female. I've always been a cis female. I'm still a cis female. And there are masculine parts on my face. And my body. You know, or more masculine seeming things. I think that's the other thing. Because, like, for instance, being really hairy, that's seen as a male thing. But, like, a lot of women are pretty hairy as well. Stuff like that. Stuff that you would consider masculine. I have quite a bit of it. But I'm a cis woman and I've always been a woman. Sorry. You can't always tell, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Oh dear. Like the late I can never say that. I always read it's Nathaniel. It's not Nathaniel. Neanderthal. That's how you say it. The latent Nathaniel gene. Oh dear. Suppose like women have 10% visibility X and the true number left. But the thing is, I'm sorry about to simplify this. Who is looking at people in the street like that? Like, I'll be honest, if you're going into the street and you're like 10% this, 2% this, 1% this, it's like, you have a problem. you have a problem that you should probably seek actual help for, because why do you care so much? There is so much else to care about in this world. Like, get some passions, get some hobbies, literally do anything else. Like, why do you care? There is so much else you could care about. Why that? Who's Nathaniel? That's 10% of your genes, Grobbit, is Nathaniel genes. Yeah. Sorry that I had to be the one to break it to you, but you are 10% Nathaniel. Potholes, yeah. People confuse masculine and feminine for male and female, and that's just not the case. Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say my face will change because of the hormones and the fat. Ooh, really? Are you taking pictures every few weeks then, so that you can see it? Because sometimes those small changes you won't see otherwise. Have you started taking some progress pictures? Not necessarily to share or anything, but just so you have them yourself so that you can see them when they happen. Also, we get a little body there. Look at this little boy. Look at his bean. Nathaniel is inside me. Only 10% though. Only 10% of Nathaniel is. D Nathaniel A, my dudes. Yeah, that's what it is. It's D Nathaniel A. It's the myth that not the myth, the truth that schools don't want to tell you is that you are all 10% Nathaniel. I might, hell yeah. Or you know, with small changes over time, I always feel like having some photo evidence can make them more obvious, because they'll probably otherwise be more obvious to everyone else than you, right? And since you're the one who's doing it, you should be able to see the benefits too. Oh dear. But then maybe that's just me, who has spent a lot of time at the doctors with things changing, and who is always like, take pictures. Watch the changes as they happen. And now I'm like, it's become me. I'm the person who's now saying that. Take pictures. Watch the positive changes as they happen. Oh dear. You really do need to take photos. People swear by it. The changes are so gradual that you can't perceive them. Yeah. Like literally. It takes a while, but like the thing is, it might look like it's taking a while for you, but then to everyone else it might not be. So it'd be good if you're up to date. Take pictures. And again, not for anyone else, just for yourself. Just for yourself. You don't have to share them. But you keep them for you, and then you can look at them and be like, yeah, happy days. I'm really more excited about my voice changing. Hell yeah. Oh dear. The people that really cheese me off, the people who like talking about gay people is going to tell their kids gay. Like, I heard about World War School. I have yet to invade Poland. Yet. I see the yet in that sentence. Hold on. Yet? I guess you never say never, but I hope that you don't invade Poland anytime soon. But yeah, it's very silly. And it's all based in like bias and being against people, but not wanting to seem like you're against people and yada yada yada. I don't know, it's all very silly. It's a shame that it happens though, because it does have such a big negative effect on people. Oh dear, there's no reason to wait for. I ran into a friend I haven't seen in 2 years and they said X. Yeah! Be the friend who takes your photos. Okay, I am gonna need to get some new thread because I'm getting a little bit low. Like I'm managing, but only just. That being said, I've got the face in, so pretty happy. Look at that. Got a little friend here. Second friend is on their way. I'm gonna have to drink my tea. Nervous COVID. Poland is busy being awesome. Go to France instead. France has its own problems right now. I wouldn't go for France. Leave France be. France has enough on its plate right now, exactly. Actually, if you'd like to invade the United Kingdom, then you can come say hi. Come over here so that you can come say hi while you're invading. You're like, oh, hello. Things trans can affect your kids with trans. It's like, yeah, no. But listen, I saw someone talking about this the other day, and it's super true. People always make these assumptions when something is newer to them. So like, if we're talking about like, what, 30, 40 years ago, not even that long ago, like 20 years ago even, people saying talking about depression has made more people depressed. And like, you know, talking about being gay, not gay, well yeah, probably gay, but I'm thinking more of like autism and stuff like that, is making my kid autistic and stuff like that. And like, you look back at those people now and you're like, you're crazy. You're mad. Are you educated? And I'm very hopeful that eventually, like, I think there will often always be some people who will have a stigma against you, whether you like it or not. And they're not worth having in your life, those people. But eventually, I think those people will be looked at like the weirdos. Yes. In this situation as well. Because there's always people saying things like, oh, back in my day, no one was autistic, and that's a new thing. And it's like, no, back in your day, no one was diagnosed. And like, back in my day, no one was trans. No, back in your day, people were killed for being trans. So nobody said they were, you know? It's nothing to do with the numbers, it's entirely to do with how they are treated. Or not treated in some cases. So like, I'm hopeful that it will be the same kind of, eventually, the same kind of route with this as well. Where the people that stand so firmly against it are just seen as weird, crazy people. One day. Oh yeah, come invade England. You'll have already, yeah, like we hate ourselves. Come invade us. Oh dear. We're the perfect example of a place to invade because we're already not happy. Oh dear. I do actually have family in the UK. Oh hell yeah. It's alright. Well, it's okay. It's better when it's not raining, which is a lot of the time. Oh dear. You know, the place with the prison. Oh god. Instead of left-handedness going, oh yeah, back in my day, no one was left-handed. It's like, no, people were beaten for being left-handed. You were seen as a devil child, so yeah, no, people were left-handed. You just had to hide it. Oh, love that. Oh dear. Don't invade us, you don't want to get the farms mad. Even our government is scared of them. Oh dear. Yeah, you should. No, honestly, I think that you should just invade us. Invade us. You know what? We'll welcome you. Come here. All right, I need to do the little. I've got the little measuring tape. Instead of having it on this bean, I've got it on the bird on the hat because I thought it showed it off a little bit more since it was kind of like high up in the design. So I'm gonna put that in there. I have measuring tape on the hat. Bird. Go. Oh. There you go. Sorry, I somehow managed to stitch through the knot, which is relatively impressive, but a bit of a pain. There we go. Would you settle for a polite bothering? We do mild nuisance really well. Yeah, you're all good. We can do that. We can do a mild bothering. Okay. And I think the measuring tape might be a little bit obscure because it's so thin, and obviously this is not a high detail drawing, but I've done my bestest. I wanted to have it in somewhere just because it's a part of the design on the original. But yeah, it's maybe not the most obvious, but I gave it a good shot, you know? Giving it my best. You'll be alright, but I don't want to start talking about carbon emissions and how bad it'll make them bad. Oh dear. I'm trying to think of like, what annoys British people? I will say, one thing that I do see a lot of is like, British people don't like talking about money. And I never really thought about it until I did. And then it's like, yeah, British people don't really like talking about money. Like, people don't like talking about how much they earn or how much they have. I think a lot of that is just staying safe, and it's best not to. I mean, either you're broke, or you don't mention it. Like, you just don't talk about it. And yeah, I saw that posted somewhere else, and I was like, you know, now that you've said it aloud, weirdly, I don't often agree with stuff like this, but I do kind of agree. We really just don't talk about money here. Ah, dear. And that's just not a thing. Hello, Cicada, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We are doing a little embroidered piece of the cadets from this community who entered into Chroma. We didn't get in. I don't think any of us got in, but we all made these cool cadets for it, and I thought it'd be nice to embroider like them together. So my one's the one in the middle. This is Anime's. Technically, the one on the hat and the one biting Sonne is also Anime's, and then you have Sonne on the right side there. So yeah, we have a little community embroidery before all the difficult ones start. How do farmers feel about plutonium? No idea. I have to ask. It's true. Yeah, we really don't like talking about money here. And like, I kind of get why, because I was also raised not to talk about money, but like, it would be easier, I think, sometimes if people did talk about it. I think sometimes it would be easier. Cadets, yeah, that's what they were called. So we all entered into something called Chroma Core, where you build a cadet, like an original character, and yeah, it's not like necessarily like a training cadet, it could be anything. Like, Anime has this like kind of bird hybrid person with like this massive skull on their head. I had like a medic in training who grows mushrooms on his back, which actually I should probably draw in. I didn't draw them in initially, but I should. And Sonne had like a angel paladin style kind of person. So yeah. How does pollution? Yeah, how do they feel about pollution? Not happy, I'm assuming. The whole stiff upper lip makes getting help a lot more difficult. Yeah, there's definitely a just don't mention if you're in trouble, especially if you're in financial trouble. And then it's like, well, what do you do then? And also when it comes to seeking help, because we don't talk about it, there's no like guide on like what people are meant to do. It's just struggling. It's just one of those, I guess, more traditional things that I'm not very keen on. I think having a more of an openness about money, earnings, and like expenditure is awkward as it feels a lot of the time, to me at least. I think it's important, but that's just me. That's just me. That's what I think. The British public does not have to agree. Where is the mushrooms going to be actually? Because he'll normally have one on his shoulder, like there. And then one behind, which I think would be visible. And then one on this side. And do that. And then of course the big one behind. Should probably get that actually in. I forgot that he had all these mushrooms on his back. Oh dear. What an effort to have less pollution. So, I was kind of saying that I think about, do you also not talk about money? Yeah, actually, hands up if you live in a country where talking about money is taboo. Like, you don't do it. It's bad etiquette to talk about money. Whether it be earnings or, like, I think as well to an extent, not just earnings, but physical possessions and stuff like that. You just don't talk about it. Like, you keep that to yourself. Just out of curiosity. Because here it's definitely a thing. Wouldn't be surprised if it's elsewhere as well. Last in the key of our local dog park used to be a toxic one. No! The dogs deserve better. How dare? Although I'm glad they have a park, but how dare? Okay, get that through there. There you go. Weird. Hard to change the way of working because I started. Also, 2 seconds. Sorry, I can feel something annoying. Where is it? Oh, it's that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was worried for a second. I was like, I feel so moving weirdly. Is there like a bug on me? No, it's fine. It's like one of those cords. Oh dear. That's what about old grumpy people. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Also, what would happen if you won if you entered? If you entered, then it's not like a monetary competition. It's like a pride thing, really. But if you got in, then you're entered into like a battle royale of artists where you all are doing daily prompts and trying to be the last man standing. Yes. So like, I would have liked it because I'm a very competitive artist. Like, I find competition really helps with my art. But even if you don't get in, you can still do the daily prompts, which is what we'll be doing because, again, I want to still give it a try and I want to improve as an artist, and I feel like doing daily prompts is not a bad idea. And doing it with hundreds of other people is, like, I guess, kinda, you know, it's supportive. I appreciate that. The only thing I'm a bit sad about is that not a single traditional artist got in again this year, and I don't know if a single traditional artist has ever gotten in. And I would have really, it didn't have to be me. There were a couple of other artists that did traditional that I really, really enjoyed. But I would have really liked to have seen at least one traditional artist get in for something a little bit different, because there's 40-something digital art entries, and don't get me wrong, they're really good. Every single one of them is fantastic. But I don't know, it would have been like a pretty cool variety, I think, if they'd have picked at least one. Because it's so different working in traditional. There's a lot of different limitations. Like one of which being that you have to physically have all of the stuff to make the art. Oh dear. But no such luck. I do wonder as well, potentially, and like if this is the case, I definitely don't blame them. Because the people that are judges for it are all digital artists, if maybe they were avoiding traditional art just because it would be more difficult to judge them. Because it's not like that they personally do. There's a part of me that wonders if maybe traditional art wouldn't have had a chance because of that. Because like some of the stuff I saw, like someone made a whole goddamn sculpture. Like, what? Like, it was very impressive stuff. But if they couldn't fairly judge it, I could kind of understand why you wouldn't include it, because it wouldn't be fair. So there's a part of me that wonders if it's that. But yeah, it's not to say that the people that didn't get in weren't fantastic, because they absolutely were. Like, every single piece of art was phenomenal and standout. I was very, very impressed. I mean, I'd seen a lot of them and I'd heard a lot of them already because, you know, I've been keeping up to date. But it was nice to see them get in. And there were a lot of people that I was really cheering on. Like, when Fish got in, I was really happy. When Galupa got in, I was really happy. So yeah, there were people that I was, like, cheering on. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm glad that they got in, because their work was really, really good. Wow. Yeah, I was also bummed there was no traditional art, yeah. I do think traditional art has a disadvantage when shared digitally. Well, yeah, I mean, I get what you mean, yeah. I do think, though, I mean, can I show you guys my entry? Because I was pretty pleased with how it looked. I know that it was photographed. What I will say is they didn't show this entry in the what do you call it? So if you look at the standouts, you actually don't see my entry. You see one of the 4 hoops that I did. Also, Hawk, thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate, actually. Yeah, you only see one, like, a small part of my entry. You don't see the whole thing, which I also... I don't know. I feel like that might not have helped in my case, because, like, it looks like I just did one embroidery hoop, when in reality, where does my entry? My entry looked like this. If I get that up. Oh, wait, why is it so big? Big photo. Big photo. Oh my god. Help. You can see the stitches in high detail right now. You can see the weave of the fabric. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you so big? Okay, we're getting it down, we're getting it down, we're getting it down. There you go. This was my entry. But that's not what shows in the... if you look at the standouts. So it looks like I only did 1 hoop, but I did 4. 3 of which were in this one, which I thought put them together quite nicely, but I guess not. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe they didn't pick this one because they didn't like these ones as much. But I thought these kind of were pretty okay. Oh, thank you for the pulse tick as well. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. 4K extra HD. Yeah, turns out I had them really zoomed in. I think they chose the one in the picture they like the most. Yeah, I just think it's a shame because it doesn't really show a lot of the skills up close. Like, I think these ones really show how I use light and stuff a lot better. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not holding it against them. I completely understand if that's the one they preferred, but I feel like as an artist, these ones maybe show my work a little bit better. These are cool, thank you. I have them behind me right now. It's the kind of embroidery art I tend to do with stuff like that. And I'm very pleased with them. And honestly, I'm still really happy with the response that I had from the community. Because again, there was a part of me that just assumed that I'd absolutely get beaten into dust. And no, people were really, really nice about it. A lot of them really liked it, and I'm really, really pleased. But yes. Ah, dear, some more made amazing art and then you only saw one of their arts. Yeah, I know. And it's like, man, it would have been nice to see like the whole collage. I wish they'd picked this photo for me, or like the other one which had 3 hoops rather than the only photo I submitted with 1 hoop. I guess that's a learning experience. Next time I'll make sure none of them only have 1 piece of art on them, because I want people to see the range of what I do. But it doesn't matter because I'm still going to be taking part in the weeklies, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. It just means the competition isn't there as much. Unless we try and win from Watch Out, but I don't think that's a thing that happens. That being said, again, I'm really pleased with the people that they did pick because there was a lot of the people that I had been watching and I was really glad to see they got through, and very well deserved. Like, so much work and effort went into them. Oh dear. Oh, I think I should get rid of this actually. There you go. Get rid of that. Sorry. Just leaving that on screen. Hope you're doing well too. I'm doing good. Yesterday was a bit of a day, but I knew it was going to be a bit of a day. So I'm doing much better now that yesterday is over. It's just one of those days. It's just like a lot going on and a lot that I had to keep an eye on, and you know, it just gets to you. That was yesterday for me. I was like, ugh. And then at the end of the day, I was like, now I'm gonna watch this, which I did enjoy, to be fair. It did kind of relax me at the end of the day, watching everyone get in and seeing a lot of the people that I'd been following get in. But oh my god, it was such a long day. There we go. Okay, let's get this under here, and I'm going to need more black again. More outlining. There we go. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. Hell yeah, now you got 2 little faces. Actually 3 if you include the bird up top. Who done it? Who done it? Scott, thank you! We like to party. 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 Up and get buses going, everybody's jumping. Beyond to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still are turning, and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. Thank you for the party. Yeah, they did choose some amazing artists. I'm very excited to see what the first prompt will be. I'm wondering if it's going to be like landscapes again. Landscapes is one of the few ones where I'm like a little bit more nervous to do it because it takes up a lot of space.
Here's a story.
Good, thank you for blue. Weirdly, I thought the first. Why did I think that last one was blue? I'm getting very confused. I'm like, oh yeah, we like to party. That's blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. Blue, dabba dee dabba die, 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 dabba dee dabba die. Blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Oh dear, thank you for the blue. There we go. Right, we're going to keep building up the ones behind him. Oh, no. Actually, Shifty, if you're still there, are you planning on doing the daily prompts? Or no, not for you. I don't know if you're still doing the art every single day as well, to be fair, because if you're not, it might be kind of a bit out of the blue to suddenly start. Ask isn't bad, but I'd like to get feedback on how to do better. Yeah, I might, but probably not. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, it's a lot to commit to be fair. So understandable. Those out of there. Oh, there's still one in there. There you go. Not anymore. All right, let's get Sone's hat in. I wasn't sure if Sone's character was bold, but I've had a little bit more look into it. Actually, if I'm doing Sone's, let me get off animes and go over to Sone's. I've been looking a bit more, and I do think they actually do have some hair just down the side. I just missed it. I thought we were bold buddies, but it turns out I'm the only bold character. Got so many projects I need to work on. Got to finish the first task commission. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. Ah, dear. Yeah, I'll probably open up commissions again soon because I've got a bit further along now. Like I finished Crackles. Crackles you should be able to see on Crackles' channel soon, which is very exciting. And I want to get Dames finished and then I can rig my own. But I might open for commissions for now because both of those are like more casual ones where it's like I'm doing them for fun. So they don't take priority over a commission anyway. So probably open those back up again. I might just take the one or something for now. Just while I'm doing this because they do take quite a while. Yeah, I might open those up again. Yeah, I might as well. I got the space for one. I could open up one. Ah, dear. You might also see mine soon. Ooh! Hell yeah. Oh yeah, did you, because you were getting your was it a PC? Has that all gone through? I hope that it has. Very exciting. Ow! I just did the same thing which cut it in the first place. It's when you you grab the needle and you flick, and so like you end up pushing the needle into your hand, but like sideways. So not like at the pointy end. And so it doesn't normally cut you, but sometimes if you go hard enough, it leaves a dent that will make you bleed. That's what's happening where I'm like, you can hear that kind of flicking noise. It's that, unfortunately. I feel like it doesn't happen that often, but like when it does, it's like, ah, shoot. Now I need to get this sorted out. The bit on top of Sonny's, which is in gold, I'm not going to do that in black. I am just going to do that in gold. So I'm just going to leave the outline there and come back to it. Dear Maple, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I'm good, thank you. I'm doing a little embroidery of some of the OCs from the community, which took part in Chroma. So I'm doing like a little group photo of the three of us. So me, Sonne, and Anime. Although technically Anime's in there like 3 times because they're all of the little birds. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And it's nice. It's just like a little wholesome thing before we properly start. We embroider some OCs from the community. We're doing them like small though, like more cartoony because I'm using like a smaller hoop and I want to get all 3 of them in the same one. So they're losing a few of their details. If you want to see the detailed shots, you pop in the Discord. Sonne's is in the live stream chat and Anime's is in the art channel. That way you can see them like for how detailed they're meant to be, because I've definitely removed details for the purpose of getting them small. Sorry, my lungs are feeling a bit packed up because I cleaned yesterday. Actually, do you mind chat amongst yourself for a second? I'm just gonna have like a good wheeze off to one side and see if I can clear them at all. Sorry about that. I think I'm a little better now. Yeah, it's whenever we like clean, like when there's dust in the air, it always really gets to my lungs. So the next couple days, I normally wheeze like nothing else. And there's only so much you can unfortunately do about it. It is what it is. I have like one lung, effectively. So dust gets to me very quickly. And so I have like a little bit of dust and it goes a long way. Even though yesterday, I wouldn't say I did anything particularly dusty. I did more sorting, but it probably did mean going through some old drawers and stuff, so. It is probably my own fault, to be honest. Gonna build today, yee! Enjoy yourself. I hope that it goes well and it's not too stressful or anything. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I always find setting up a new PC, to be honest, to be a little stressful because obviously you're transporting all of your data over and getting everything set up for the first time is kind of like nerve-wracking. But it's good and it'll be really useful, I'm sure. I have asthma and a cold at the moment, so I know how you feel. Yeah, it's like it doesn't take very much and I just all over the place with my lungs. It's fine. Garage update! We went and bought the 4 towels. Work starts next week. Oh, how heckin' exciting! Claudia, good morning. Ah, dear. And Maeve, oh, you left this. You're fine. You're all good. I get you. If you're on Twitch, you're probably in a lot of Discord communities, and it can get quite intense and overrun. You're all good. Do not worry about it. I do not hold it against you. If you need an ! Discord, we'll get you in. There we go. How are you doing? I'm okay. I'm a bit wheezy. However, I have cleaned. Everything is nice and organized now. And I have a background, kind of. It's a bit off to one side, but like background things. So now I've got ocean creatures, bisexual, and the art that I make. All in one shot. Hell yeah. I think that's a pretty good overarching explanation of what I do here. I do art, bisexual, ocean. I wanted to get some cosplay stuff there, but it didn't fit, so we'll get there eventually, but we're not quite there yet. Oh dear. I suppose my tone of talking the way I talk, I'm quite sorry, but I'm a little emotional wreck based on, oh bless you! Take care of yourself, and no worries, good surprise, hell yeah, surprise. I have a lot more things to identify myself. You joined again? Bisexual ocean art, yeah, that's my vibe, is bisexual ocean art. It's very specific. But you know, if it works for me, it's all good. I'm on 100 Discord servers? Scott, how? How do you keep up with 100? I barely keep up with like 10. How are you keeping up with 100? My god. Runa, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I do bisexual, sorry, art bisexual ocean. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad somebody got it in the right order because I was about to mess that up again and say it in the wrong order. Ah, dear. Bisexual ocean art. That's me. Jelly, the bisexual ocean artist. Okay, get a little nose in there. Yeah, faces at this scale and embroidery is not the easiest, but we're gonna do our best to make it look like he's looking up. Hell yeah. How you doing? I'm okay. I'm wheezy today, Eleanor. I'm wheezy. But other than that, I'm good. Just wheezy. I'm gonna take wheezing breaks. One of those kind of days. We are drawing some of the OCs from this community, by the way, if you're wondering, what drawing? Drawing with Fred. Some of the OCs from this community, so this is Sonne, myself in the middle, and then anime, and then anime, and then anime. We all entered something called Chroma Corps, and none of us got in, but I wanted to draw all of our cadets together anyway, because I really liked them, and they're really cute, and I wanted a good shot of all of them together, so I'm doing a little embroidery of all of them. I had embroidered, I should have finished like a month ago. Ooh! Now might be a good time to bring it back. Get back on it. Hell yeah, you can embroider along with us. The embroidery bodies, I guess it could be worse. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're doing alright. I'm glad you're doing alright. Ah, dear. There we go. Yeah, look, see, I don't know how obvious it is to you, but like, he's looking up. It's so hard at this scale, but they're both looking up, and they're meant to be looking at the little guy on the head, because I want to have some like light beams coming out of him. Jelly has cloned me, I have. I cloned you a few times because I thought it looked good, and so, yeah, I'm afraid you'll have to live with being cloned. I don't know what that means for you and your clones, but yes. I was a small burger because I was attempting to get the hang of it. Ooh! Oh dear, a small burger embroidery. I mean, that sounds I like that. Listen, I like food. How'd I put it short? Basically, I got gifted a kitten by my friend. Oh! A kitten! Kitten! Hell yeah! I'm a wee wheezy too. Any cold now, I feel lightheaded since the virus is going on. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like when you're wheezing a lot and then you're like, whoa, and now I'm dizzy. Because I've just been like, constantly. I love that. That's my favorite. My favorite bit is the getting high off the dizziness from just wheezing. 10 out of 10. Yay! She said sarcastically. It's not actually my favorite. I don't like it very much. I thought it was a croissant. A croissant. Not a croissant. Oh dear. As long as the idea of embroidering a map for one of the world building settings I've used. I haven't had, oh, to be fair, embroidery is not always the quickest, but it would look really, really cool. Like, you know it would look really, really cool embroidered. Like, it would look sick. So, he's a small black and white colored Baloo. Oh, Baloo! Oh, so cute. Hell yeah. Oh, you're gonna have a lovely day chilling with Kitten. I'm sure they'll acclimatize and you'll be very happy. Hell yeah. At least I hope that you are. I love animals. Honestly, any animal, I'm just like, hell yeah. I hope they are happy and you are happy and everyone is happy. I should go just thank you. Oh, only if the kitten's okay with it. I'd understand if they needed a bit of time to settle, but when they're feeling photogenic, the Discord server is always there for you. As it is for anyone with an animal, may I say. If you have an animal that is feeling photogenic, the Discord server will always welcome your animal pictures. Always, always. Ah, dear. There we go. There we are, and get the little edgy bit of the coat. I will say once again, Sone's design, I have simplified it down just for embroidery. If you want to see it properly detailed, please do check out the live stream chat. That's where they've posted it in the Discord, because it is a lot more detailed than I'm giving it credit for. It's just that's how, you know, that's how embroidery at this scale goes. You have to kind of simplify it a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to look either very, very busy or none of the details will pop forward. So, it's okay. Ugh. I think it still shows that it's Sone though. Or Sone's character. It's not actually Sone. I don't think it is. I don't think I ever asked if it was based on them. We need to get some music streamers to raid you so they can appreciate embroidery. No, I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, I understand a lot of music streamers raid other music streamers. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of people just want to chill out with like good vibes, right? And like, I'm not saying we're bad vibes, but we don't really do live music. And I can understand wanting to raid into another live musician and just, you know, continue that kind of vibe. Oh dear. The farm I go to has kittens! Hell yeah. Are they happy kittens? Are they happy to be like pet and stuff? Or are they more like, you know, we stick with mum kind of kittens? I think both kittens are good. I understand. Maybe Pokemon? Listen, if Pokemon ever wants to raid me, I would love it. I'd probably be a bit anxious, but I'd love it. Ah, dear. I think we stream at very different... Well, I guess they stream a lot more than I do as well, but I think we stream at very different times, though. If memory serves. You're very adept at reading chat and not drawing blood. It's you know, maybe I am bleeding. I just don't tell anyone. I don't draw attention to it. So I could be, like, pissing blood. Not pissing blood, that's not the right way of putting it. Blood could be running down my arms. Just as long as I don't acknowledge it, nobody sees it. So if I don't mention it, then nobody knows. Yes, yes, yes. That's the trick. Don't say, and then nobody knows. Oh, you're gonna get some Z's? Take care, look after yourself. I hope the Z's are good for you. Put them in the Discord. They're out without their mum now, so I need to catch them. Oh, they need to catch the ice when they grow up, but they have a wild kid. Let me have a look. Let me get this needle in here, and then I'm coming over for kittens, please. Oh, it's thinking about it. Oh, look at them. Oh my god. The little knee kittens. Ah, the little socks as well. Oh my god, they're gonna be such good mouse catchers. You can tell. Look at those eyes. Hell yeah. Ah, dear. She's lost literal pints at this point. Yeah, but we don't tell anyone. And if we don't tell anyone, then nobody knows. Ah, dear. 99. Yeah, I'd get some good Z's. I hope they are good and deep Z's. Relatively dreamless, unless you get good dreams. I normally get good dreams. Oh, at least at the very least, I don't normally have bad dreams. I had one the other night though, which wasn't very good, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, like I was visiting someone in a hospital, and I'd brought them a piggy bank, but the hospital was kind of like alien isolation, so you kept having to crawl through the vents to get to like the places where the patients were being kept. So like I knew someone was on ward, whatever, and then I'd have to like climb through the vents to get there. And then when I got there, they took my gift off me, and they were like, "You can't give a patient a piggy bank." And I was like, "What?" And I woke up being very, oh my god, Quirky! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Where did you pop in? Welcome on in. I hope your stream went well. Sorry, I was literally just describing a dream that I had the other night. I hope you're doing good. How was your stream? Oh, thank you, Shifty. I see that you've got there already. Hi, Quirky and Geek. And we have Cameron and DVL and Scott, you're already here, but welcome on in. And 7R4 and Zalsect. And yes, we just got here. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. We're doing some embroidery artwork right now. So at the moment I'm making art, I guess like fan art of some of the community OCs. So this is Anime Boy Stars, this one was my one, and this is Some Art, who we're working on right now. We're doing a little fan art of the OCs all sat together having a good time. And these are OCs that we made for Chromacore, which we didn't get into, but we're still taking part in. Ah dear. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome. Biffle, hello, I have odd dreams too. Yeah, I was saying, most of my dreams are not bad. They're just like, what does it mean? What does it mean? I don't know. You can't encourage patients to save money. I know, right? I bought them a piggy bank and they were like, no, you can't bring that here. And I was like, what? You've made me crawl through the vents to get to visit someone. And then you tell them I can't give them a piggy bank. What the heck? It's Zay. Oh, Zay, thank you. Welcome. And Zed, I thought it's Travis. Oh, Travis and Zay, thank you. Oh, we have another Zay. We're gonna have a Zay competition then. There can only be one. Oh dear. I hope you're doing good, Quirky. I'd love to know what you've been up to, but if you do need to Zoom, if you do need to go look after yourself, obviously please do. You're more than welcome to. Otherwise, what were you making and crafting today? In the meantime, I can show you what we've been working on, because I literally have it here. This was our entry. We didn't get in, but we've been making embroideries. These are all embroidered artwork. I have them behind me as well. And we're going to be making, ideally, an embroidery a day for the next month, based on prompts that we're doing online. So we're going to be doing a lot of embroidery. All of these were done in a day. This one will be done in a day as well. Like, I do a lot of this, so I'm relatively speedy with it. Yes, we're going to have so many embroideries by the end of the month. I wake up and think, that's not how it works. What the? Yeah. Like, I woke up the other day, like, and I went to Shiny, and I was like, Shiny, I'm sad. And they're like, it's 7 in the morning. Why are you sad? And I'm like, because in my dream, I had to climb through vents to get to see someone, and then they destroyed my piggy bank. It was technically card making, but it was mostly just conversing, yeah. I feel like that's a lot of... Makers and crafting is just chatting with extra steps most of the time, right? Where it's like, listen, we're here to make something, but it's still a successful stream as long as you have a good time. But yeah, this is what we've been doing. Card making sounds pretty heckin' cool. I know a couple people that do card making. I've never been very good at it myself. I think you need a real eye for design for card making. Because, like, I get it. Like, I get the steps to doing it. But when I try and do it, it never looks as good as everyone else's. And it feels like I'm following the same steps. I think you just need a good eye for design. Which maybe I don't have. Oh, dear. Oh, I like lucky though. Whenever I receive a handmade card, I'm always very chuffed. And Biffle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh dear, I don't have feelings. I don't know, my side dream is not real, so and I don't need to solve the riddle. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, same. There have been many times where I've woken up and I'm like, oh, it's fine. Do you guys get realistic dreams though? Like dreams where like you take out the trash and then you wake up thinking that you've taken out the trash, but you haven't? Because I get a lot of those. I get a lot of dreams where I wake up in my normal bed and do my normal morning routine, and then I wake up again, and it's like, wait a second. Wait a second, what have I done? What do I need to do? Because I thought I'd done all this, but it turns out that I haven't because I was asleep. I get a lot of dreams like that, where, yeah, I think that I've done things and I've been like really proactive and organized. I wake up and then realize I have to do them all over again. It's like, great. And my motivation is even lower now because I feel like I've already done it and I haven't. Takes practice, a life of learning what not to do. Yeah, I guess that's the same with many crafts, isn't it? It's like the first time you do it, it's never going to look quite as good. And I've only ever done card making very, very casually. So like, because I have friends who do it, I can go to them and we do it together sort of thing. But yeah, they obviously make it a lot more. And a lot of them do sell their cards as well, so they are very, very good. Whereas I am but a hobbyist, so it makes sense. It wouldn't be as fun if you could just immediately be good at it, I guess. The practice is what makes it fun. I've had, I had gone to work dream, then realised I haven't, and instead I've overslept. Oh my god, I know, it makes me very anxious, the thought of oversleeping, to be honest. Oh, can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. And we used to do card making and once teaching a group to how to do a specific folding paper technique that goes with the card making. Next day, one of the students came back and asked why. With Google, she found a lot of... asked me and asked, what's teabag? Oh no. Wait, is there a card making technique called teabagging? Oh my god. Oh dear. I wanted to dream when my alarm went off, but really softly, so I started digging under my desk to find the phone, which is my alarm. Couldn't find it, so panic starts. And the moment my alarm goes, it's very softly, so I started digging under my bed. Oh no! That's... Oh yeah, that would stress the hell out of me. I can't sleep without an alarm, otherwise I might oversleep. If I don't have an alarm, guarantee, so I do the opposite. I wake up at like 5 and then I'm wide awake and I'm panicking because I don't have an alarm set. So if I don't have an alarm, I normally just only sleep a few hours. I think it's because my body can't relax because it thinks it has to wake up, right? Probably similar to you. But yeah, I need an alarm. Otherwise I just don't sleep. Then again, my alarm does go off relatively early. I like a routine, even on days where I'm not meant to be doing anything. It's like, get me up at 7. Otherwise, routine's out the window, and I need that routine. I need that. Give it back. Oh, pay for a technique. I'll find a link. Hey, nice. Let's find the picture. Oh, we have you. Oh, let's see. I like to see. Oh, thank you, Cthulhu. I see that. That's very cool, actually. Wait, that's called teabagging. Oh my god, that's stunning. Oh. Wow. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. I love the ombre at the top. That's so pretty. A very important appointment, which was truly so. I needed to not miss the next level. Oh god. Yeah, your brain's just playing tricks on you there. You're getting joked with. I wake up early to beat my alarm, but I worry that I wake up too late, so I keep waking up early. Yeah, exactly. And then it's just not a nice sleep. I set my phone to vibrate with no sound. I do not need, to be fair, I don't have an alarm. My phone just vibrates in the morning and that wakes me up because I'm a very, very light sleeper. So I don't need a particularly loud alarm. It will wake me up. Oh dear. I woke up drenched, I can tell you that much. Oh god. Yeah, that's a very stressful dream. I hate waking up thinking I've missed my alarm. I checked the time, it's like 3:21 AM and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. Oh dear. Be very specific when Googling it, I bet. Oh dear. God, that's a hell of a thing. When your body is being a gesture and just fooling you. Yeah. Most of my dreams are very stupid and mundane, I will say. Like, I don't have like a lot of very, very exciting dreams. There's one dream that I remember very, very vividly, but it did start out as a nightmare. And then you know when you go back to sleep and you continue the same dream? I had that happening a few times. So I think I'd woken up twice that night. And yeah, so I had 3 separate dreams of the same scenario because I kept waking up and going back to sleep. And the first one was a nightmare, and then after that it wasn't a nightmare anymore, so I guess I got kind of lucky, but yeah. Paper folding technique, teabagging. Yeah, you need the extra stuff, otherwise you're gonna get some questionable results. I could see how that would happen. I had no idea there was a paper folding technique called that. It's very funny, to be fair. Okay, so Sonne, who we're doing right now, has a little like hand scythe. So just giving them their little hand scythe, which it's a curved object. Curved objects are generally not easy at this size, but I'll do it. I'll do it for Sonne. Problem solving, easy to solve when awake. Really? Huh. I had a nightmare 3 times, like in your entire life or in one night? They were saying it with tiny changes. Oh, okay. When I was little, I've only ever had one recurring dream, and it was when I was quite small, but I used to have a recurring nightmare where I'd wake up in the night and there'd be massive jack-in-the-boxes around me, and I'd be waiting for them to go off, and when they all went off, they'd all like flatten me, and then I'd die and wake up. Yeah, I had that. I think I was only like 6 or 7 years old at the time, but I remember having that dream like 10 or so times, and every single time like I'd wake up like screaming, and my parents would have to come check on me because I'd be like, ah! And they'd be like, oh my god, that dream again? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know why. I've never particularly been that afraid of jack-in-the-boxes, but that dream, oh my god. I'll always remember it. Oh dear. Honestly, I was like, why are you calling me? Why do you think I know? I mean, yeah, I do know it, Mum. Come on. Panthera, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're embroidering some OCs from this community. My one's in the middle. I have Sonne on the right, and I have Anime on the left. I also have Anime on top and Anime biting Sonne's hand. We've cloned Anime for this. I'm really freaked out that I'm like, why do I have it again? Is it a sign? I mean, dreams are kind of interesting, right? I mean, we could have a little look up. If anyone wants to do some dream diving, we can do it. I'm in the middle of embroidery, but I can read and embroider at the same time. Do you want to do some dream diving? Anyone got a dream they'd like to volunteer? And we'll look into it. Or let me get the Google up. Let me get the Google. Dream meanings. Let's have a look. There we go. This is the one. Step door. Alright. Had the other way around when someone woke me up by calling me, so I picked up, figuring I would put my head down, have a conversation, and complete the conversation. I knew that much, but I did fall asleep again. I had to call the person back to find out what we'd agreed upon. Oh dear. I had a nightmare when 6 apes appeared. Oh, okay, well let's look at, should I try monkey? Because I think that might be easier than ape. Might be a bit specific. Monkey dream meeting. Ooh, okay, so we have baboon, chimpanzee, and I think just general monkey is gonna be it. So in Buddhist doctrine, the monkey mind is a phrase that's used to compare the mind being in a state of restlessness, disorganized, and unbalanced. Dreaming of a monkey is not far removed. It represents our inner critic that is hard to control. Monkeys may appear in our dream to show us immature behaviors, instincts, deceit, betrayal, playfulness, and childlike behavior. Well, there you go. Scott, does that help? How's this assisted you? Oh dear. Give me a positive Yelp review on my dream reading, please. I tried really hard. I typed in monkey and everything. I had a recurring dream when I'd be on primary school ground and there'd be this shadowy figure. Oh, in my periphery. Okay, let's look up shadow then. Shadow. The dark side shadow. Okay, so this is I'm assuming, yeah, this is probably the one we want. There's a few options every time I type it in. This sounds about right. The shadow is a psychological concept comprising of the rejected, unfamiliar, or unflattering traits that we see within ourselves. Ooh, okay. So, wait, I want to see, like, the meaning. 2 secs. Ooh. Oh, this one's quite an intense one. So more the shadow in different ways. Aspects of your personality or urges evoke fear from our parents automatically become a threat. Unable to shine light on the dark inner traits, you're a victim of your own mind. God, that was quite an intense one. I'm sorry. I didn't think it'd be quite that intense. Cicada, have you ever considered that you may be a victim of your own mind? Apparently. Sorry, that's quite an intense one. I guess some of them will have more intense meanings than others, be warned. Oh dear. Have a shower like, oh, have a lovely shower. I hope you feel nice and refreshed afterwards. Hell yeah. Oh, wait, and I had chipmunks. Chipmunks? We could have a look at chipmunks. Oh, sorry, I'm having a bit of an issue. Stop that, stop that. Okay. Chipmunks? How do you spell chipmunks? No, wait, how do you spell chipmunks? Oh, it's with a U. That'd explain it, not chipmunks. Chipmunks. Oh. I actually can't find chipmunks. I could try rodent. Squirrels. Rats. I don't know, I can't find anything. Sorry, anime, that dream meant nothing, apparently. It dreamt that Princess Diana and I were cleaning landmines. Let's try landmines. Nope, nothing. Do you want to try just mines? I think maybe this is just not the best website, huh? Let's try dream meanings. I'm gonna try a different website because I feel like mine should be in one. Oh, nope, that's apparently not a secure website. God damn it. I just want a mine. Oh, okay, there we go. We got one, we got one. I've got the meaning of mine. You ready? It's a symbol of unconscious which contains precious and useful things. Although that's the wrong type of mine. Oh, I don't know if I can go over this one. Let me try bomb. Sorry, for some reason, Cthulhu, your one's a little bit risque, and I'm not going to read that out on stream. Well, do bomb. A dream about a bomb can sometimes be triggered by a deeply disturbing experience in your waking life. Otherwise, your dream is trying to alert you to a potentially explosive situation. There you go. There you go. You used to dream about fly. I used to dream about flying. I used to dream they got a haircut with the bald bit in the middle. Well, I'd imagine mines represent difficult situations. You'd be surprised, Shifty. Apparently, it means something very NSFW, and I am not going into that. You wouldn't think it. I definitely didn't. What does it say about dreaming about space? I can find out what dreaming about space is. Space. Oh, okay, there's a few options. Do you mean, I'm gonna say you mean outer space, right? Like the universe, kind of, not like you want space. Do you want space, or do you want to be in outer space? Because there's a few different options. Yeah, well, which one do you want? Sorry, I need clarification on which one, anime. Outer space, okay. Let me get that. So, outer space. I can already see a bit of a... There you go. To dream of outer space represents your creativity. This space may indicate that something or someone in your life has just come out of nowhere. So it seems like it's a creative-based one, which would make a lot of sense for you, anime, since you are doing a lot of more creative-based things. Yeah, if you dream about space, you're dreaming about creativity. You're also dreaming as a symbol of our subconscious reaching for further, so you want to expand your creativity. Heavy knocks on the door. Your internet activity is being monitored. Good. Fantastic. I love it when I'm being monitored. 10 out of 10. Oh dear. She was trying to tell me she was pregnant and then she died. Oh. Oh. Spooky. I don't think you need me to tell you that's a spooky dream. That's a spooky dream right there. I mean, I dreamt about a hospital. What does hospital dream mean? Let's do my one. Unless it's NSFW, in which case I'm not doing it. Hospital. I didn't dream that I was in hospital. There's a few different types. It was just a standard hospital. It wasn't like anything else. Entering a hospital may represent concerns about your health and even suggest you need to recover from a serious illness. It may bring attention to the power of subconscious to heal and bring back balance to the body. It may also signify the need to surrender to being cared of. But I wasn't the one in hospital. No. I guess it just means I'm worried about being ill. I mean, I am disabled, so I guess that's not super far off. If I do as a writer, I gotta knock on the door because there's internet searches for a book. Oh god, really? Like, people actually do that? I guess it kind of makes sense that things have been monitored to an extent, but geez. Kind of spooky. What to say about I think it will say just friends. If you're okay with me looking up just friends, it has to be relatively vague and then it kind of narrows it down.